What's up, you guys? So you made it back. If you saw the last video, you know that I started out spraying, and then Dan took over the spraying, and now I'm replanting soybeans. And I'm starting with planting some around the ends. This is to sort of keep the deer and the turkeys deterred from the peanuts, and hopefully turn their interest towards the beans. So this is what we normally do whenever the deer and turkeys are bad around a peanut field. Yes, the peanuts are more important than the soybeans. So that's why we're doing this. And then we're actually getting ready to come up on a place where I planted some soybeans, and they already wore them out. If you saw the last video, you can sort of get an idea of how they're supposed to be looking right now. But wow, I'm looking at it, and you're about to see it, because I'm about to get into the field there. I'm gonna pick up this, and I'll have to start planting the ends again, but I'm gonna go ahead and plant this field that we're going into now. Yeah. Dan wants me to replant this entire field here because of how worn out these soybeans are. They should be way bigger than that. If you remember what I was spraying in the last video, like I just said, you'll know that they're supposed to be bigger than this. And this is what happens when they bite the tops out of them. They don't grow tall. And you know, soybeans got to be a decent height so that the soybean header will pick them. Because if they're too low, then the soybeans are almost on the ground, and all you do is mow down the soybean bush without picking the beans. So I'm going to get the ends planted first. The other thing was, this field was sort of like on a hill. It's got a pretty steep hill up ahead of us. So we didn't put peanuts here to begin with. Plus, if this would have been peanuts planted out here, that would have been horrible, because they'd have been destroyed. Maybe you can see better from the front window. How's that? You can see how small the rows are compared to how big the beans were when I was spraying yesterday. And you can see how this field is sloped. Look like I see where some turkeys were scratching. I guess this field is basically almost like a food plot now. So as you can see, still, there's pretty much nothing out here. And I'm sort of going at a very, very slight angle, so that I'm not running directly on top of every row that's already planted, with hopes that maybe what's out there right now will still do a little bit of something. Actually only got a few more passes to make in this field, then I'll have to get back to planting around the peanut ends. But we're going down the hill. Down, down, down. I gotta put some soybeans around these ends in this field here. What I'm gonna do is, oh, wait a minute. Oh, can I get around to the other end? I don't know if I can get on the other end, you guys, without running into peanuts. I was about to say I have to go and start on the other end and come back this way so I'm not running over what I just planted. But I just thought about something. I think these rows on this side of the field go all the way to the woods. And if that's the case, I'm gonna have to go around the other side of this field and try to get to the other ends. Oh man, yeah. No. Can't do that, you guys. That would be too tight of a squeeze, but I think I got more room on the other end, so I just have to go around to the other end. Yeah. I'm not gonna plant the beans too close to the peanuts because whenever the beans get growed up, they sort of become a hassle whenever you go to dig the peanuts, because you always want to set the digger down before you get to the peanut bed. And if there's a bunch of weeds or peanut bushes there, it won't go in the ground like you want it to. So I figured where I'm at is close enough. It's pretty sandy in this field here, but it's not a, I guess it's not a bad sandy like that beach sand in Seashell field. As you guys can see, I'm stirring up dust. The sun has been beaming and it's drying out the little rain that we did get. But every little bit of rain helps, that's for sure. So we gonna head on down. I guess I'm gonna have to run back in what I planted on the ends here to get to the other end of that field that we just left from. Yeah, there's space to come down this hill here and get to this end of the field that we was just trying to scout out. And I guess I'll go down to that end and plant back out so that I'm not running over it. Turned around. And that will do it for that field. Now we got to pick up where we left off in the big field before I started planting that field on the hill. And so we left off about right here. And instead of turning the other way, we're going to turn this way. Go down these ends. Those peanuts there was once struggling, and it's still not full out there, but it looks better than it was because right there was the sandy hill and it was nice and dry. So it's coming on along. Oh man, this field here though, you guys, it's ate up with weeds and it's been ate up by the deer and turkeys. But now we knew that would happen, so I'm gonna replant that too. I'm gonna pull the ends up to right here, and then I'm gonna go and plant that. Oh, got this hump here that Danny built up. Go and plant that little tiny field. Well, I got that small field knocked out. I think it's only like a sprayer pass and a half, and I'm talking about the small sprayer. So I guess I'm gonna get back to knocking out these ends. However, then they got a lot of mounds down here trying to divert the water. So I think I'm gonna skip a lot of it because I don't wanna run this drill over these places here. Although I can get in between these two, I might do that. I might do that. Oh my goodness, I was looking back at that thing when it went over that mound. And I'm gonna have to pick up right there because you can't turn too sharp with this thing or it won't cover the seed up. Look at that. Look at how that thing. And I gotta go over this one. This end of the field sort of washes bad though. And you guys, that will do it for this field. Alright you guys, so we've made it to another field here. And Dan was telling me that some of the ends close to the woods need to be replanted. And I'm thinking when I come back out, I'm gonna plant along these ends here, one pass worth. But then he was saying that along the woods line over there and the woods line on the far end need to be planted because they've wore it out. So we're gonna see how it looks when we get there. But I mean, you can already tell that it's getting worse the further this way we go. He said pretty much the entire set of end rows over here is bad. So yeah, yep. Wow. So I guess I need to go ahead and just drive on down there and plant my way back out, because you remember we always start on the end that we don't want to end up on. So wow, you guys see this? Yep. And then you look out there in the actual field rows and you see the difference between them and here on the end rows. And I just remembered something. He said that it probably, and I'm looking at it too, it wouldn't hurt to put 4 end row passes out there because of how far they've eaten actual into the field rows. So I actually could have planted coming down this way. I just thought about it when I got down here and seeing how much has been eaten up into the field rows. So let me get backed up in the corner there and we'll try and get this done. Yep, these beans definitely wouldn't have done nothing on this end. And of course, this is a field that he planted with the planter. So there's more row spacing out here than it is, unlike the field we just came from where I planted with the drill. So we're making the 3rd pass. And I'm definitely gonna make a 4th pass over there. We're in that 4th pass, like I said, it'll be extra, but looking out there, it needs it. It needs it indeed. And being that I'm almost in line with how he planted, I'm definitely running over a lot of the bushes that have already come up and are growing. It's not like me planting at an angle. Can't do no angle on no end rows. And we're gonna make the 4th pass here. Look at those beans there. And then look on the end. Yeah. So now we're gonna do the same for these ends. we're coming on out of this field. And like I said, planting this one pass coming out of here. Then we're gonna head on to the next field, you guys. That place there where they cut them trees, I'm glad they cut it because there's a pretty deep curve here. And our trash site is right down that road. And it's usually hard to see around the corner whenever you're coming out of that road. But now you can see that way. It'd be nice if they cut them trees right there though, because that's the worst of it. If they would have cut them trees there, I know it's no good timber in them little trees, but trying to see around that curve is a hassle and dangerous, come to think of it. Gotta get off the road. Got a van coming, and this van don't know what it needs to do. He needs to come on so I can keep trucking along, because I can't get across the railroad tracks with him stopped over there. Come on, people. All right, how you doing? Yeah, that Ford truck was stopped completely. That's what you don't do. You don't stop completely, because that means you slowing up the time in which I can get out of the way, because I'm the one that got to get off the road as much as possible. I've had this one-on-one with you guys before. Well, we're getting ready to ride through cotton land, you guys. There's a bunch of cotton through here. The guy who owns the cotton gin around here has acres upon acres of cotton. And of course, looking at some of his inrows, it was dry when he planted, and they didn't come up as good. I think he had to replant some of his cotton. But overall, it looked like it's doing okay. And I know you're wondering, well, I'm driving in the middle of the road where there's hardly no traffic through here. And this is a small road. A bumpy road too. I had to slow down a couple of times, but this thing got to hopping so bad. Just enjoy the scenery. It's about to come to an end soon. I call it Cotton World, Cotton Land. Well, that's the end of it. Woo! Dum da dum dum. Da da dum dum dum. Who was that told me what that song was? You guys, let me tell you. I totally forgot. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I clicked the button too far or if I didn't click it at all when I was coming out of this field, but I did not plant the last pass coming out of this field, you guys. I was like, are you kidding me? And look, there's a deer down to the other end. I didn't plant this last inrow. I'm burping, excuse me. I didn't plant this last inrow, you guys. How did I do that? You know what I think happened? I think I was so caught up in that deep trench that Dan has down there that I forgot to plant this last end. Lord have mercy. So I gotta get this one pass here planted for the first time. It's not being replanted. It's being planted for the first time. And then over in that field over there to the right, Dan said that the very back field is ate up, plus the ends along that field. So we'll have to get that replanted. And let me, oh, wait a minute. How did that speed get to 5.9? I need to be doing 4.8. Let me make sure that the disc openers are down this time. My goodness. How did you guys let me do this? I am ashamed. And I did it, so it happened somewhere else too. Man, of course these beans are smaller though. These beans are smaller because they were planted on the last day that I planted beans. And so, I don't know why this thing keeps reading diesel exhaust fluid tank temperature very high. I put some def in it this morning and fueled up. But anyway, yeah, these beans are smaller because they were planted last. So they look good out here. Even in the bottom back there, they look good where it's normally wet at. I told you guys it's normally wet back there, but it hasn't rained much, and there's usually a frog pond right here, but it hasn't been raining that much. But this trench right here, I think it was this trench that, oh man, that broke my focus on making my last pass. I gotta make some excuse, you guys. Oh man, I gotta have some kind of excuse for why I did this. But anyway, we getting it planted now, so this pass won't be too far behind the rest of it. And this end over here, I might, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead around and replant this end because they've been wearing this end out. I told you I saw a deer standing over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some on this end as well. And then we'll, oh wait a minute, it's looking the same around there. Anyway, we'll go on the other side of the ditch. Okay, so we can see the lines now. So I planted it this time, you guys. I planted it this time. I'm gonna come on out of this though. I'm gonna get in that road and leave out. Oh my. See, I got to slow down coming across that trench. Doop. Whoa! All right, let's come over here and get out of the field. And we got to come over here to this field and replant some over here. So I got to plant along this end here. It's pretty bare. It is pretty bare here. It is pretty bare here, you guys. Oh man, yeah, that field looks horrible. Yep, it's back in the cut. So we already know how they do the fields that's in the cut. That be their little party area. They come out and they have their buffet. And they ain't got to be worried about nobody seeing them. This end on this field here, it needs to be done as well. It needs to be done as well. There was a field that he had wanted me to totally replant, but that was because I told him it looked like it might have needed it. But when I got out there with the drill and was looking closely, because I sprayed it, and it looked like it was worse than it actually was. So I didn't plant the whole thing. I just planted the ends on it and some of the field rows. So I just plant this here, and we won't be losing out on any acreage that we had intended to replant. I ain't too sure if it got wet right there though, because that's a wet hole. Looking at it, it's bare. I don't see any stems that's been bit off. And that looks like an ATV trail. Somebody been riding alongside the field. Oh, the memories, Lord. The ATV riding. There we go, drama queen. Oh man. Hey, but I was watching an old Beaver Dam video, and I had the 4-wheeler on the trailer. I was looking at my baby on the trailer. I said, oh my goodness, my Z400. All right, we coming up in this field now. And oh well, I guess I might as well hit my inroads first. But man, yeah, okay, yeah, this is probably the worst field yet that we've had to replant. Yeah, you guys, it looks like I'm planting this field for the first time. It's so bare in here. Man. I'm trying to use the same row marker line that's out there from before. It's working out pretty good. I haven't had to let the row marker out. I still can see it from last time, like I said I wanted to do. But me doing that is definitely knocking out what I planted before if I stay perfectly in line with it. And this is the last pass. Okay, you guys, so I guess I'm gonna have to bring this video to an end. The tractor again is reading diesel exhaust fluid tank temperature very high. Troubleshooting required. A few minutes ago, it wasn't yellow like that, it was red. It said engine emission system fault. Engine limited to idle only operation within 20 minutes. Machine performance loss, stop machine and repair immediately. And that thing was red, it wasn't yellow like that. And so I sent that to Dan, and he's gonna come and check it out. But yeah, I'm not gonna go to the next field. I guess he just gotta come pick me up and we have to figure out what's going on with it. I know it's sort of hot outside, but it shouldn't be doing that. And I put some DEF in earlier in the tank. That's the DEF level right there. So there's plenty of DEF fluid in it. I don't know, but that sort of shuts me down for the day. All right, you guys, so Dan took me to get my truck, and he said he think it might be the DEF pump on there, because usually when you turn that tractor off, you can hear it pumping back into the DEF tank whenever you switch it off, and he didn't hear that. So I hope it ain't the pump. Maybe it's just a filter, maybe. But anyway, we're gonna have to troubleshoot it tomorrow whenever the John Deere store opens up. So I gotta get these extra bags from back here just in case it rains. I'm taking with me. I don't want them to get wet, but I guess that's gonna put a dampening on replanting for now. But you know, things happen. Ugh. Yeah, these were the bags that we filled it up with, and I guess I should be a little more easier with them in case they don't bust open. Oh my, that was getting low there. Yee. Huh. I'm probably gonna definitely need to put them bags in to finish replanting, especially what I gotta replant down the road. Ugh. But anyway, guess I'm gonna get ready and wrap this video on up, you guys. I don't think I need to cover it up because it's not a chance of rain tonight. So, yep, man, that's bad. I ain't got another spiritual ending for you guys. This is the second video. It's come to an abrupt end. But anyway, you guys know I'm led of the spirit anyway, so since I ain't got nothing for you right now, I ain't gonna try to force nothing. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching. That was a day of replanting. Maybe this time around the deer won't be so bad and the wild turkeys, since he sprayed that hot sauce out here. Maybe that'll deter them from eating them up this time. But anyway, you guys stay blessed. You guys keep encouraged. And don't remember how I skipped the whole pass over there. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.